3-year-old Jeniha McPherson of Hopetown, West Coast, Berbice, died on February 11th, hours after she underwent surgery at the COVID hospital at Liliendaal, East Coast Demerara. Her relatives are accusing the hospital of negligence and claim that the hospital ignored their cries to treat her for abdominal pain. During an interview with the newsroom on Tuesday, relatives said they were told that the baby girl died as a result of a ruptured appendix. But reports reaching the newsroom indicate that the child was not given a definitive diagnosis. Head of Strategic Planning and Communications at the Georgetown Public Hospital, Shalona Providence, said that several CT scans and ultrasounds were done to find the best course of treatment for the child. The scans, she said, were also shared with other local doctors and overseas counterparts to help find a diagnosis. Providence explained that the little girl was admitted to the intensive care unit due to the severity of her case. The newsroom understands that the child presented with several complications, and one of the 10 possible diagnoses was a ruptured appendix, and even at the time of her surgery, doctors did not arrive at a diagnosis. But the hospital's report on the death states that Jeniha went into septic shock. She had intestinal obstruction, abdominal distension, peritonitis infection, and abdominal perforation. Relatives said Jeniha complained of abdominal pains on February 1st.
She was crying out for this pain. So her mother and her dad take her to the hospital. So when they take her there, they said Georgetown. So they said the ambulance take them down to Georgetown. When they reach down to Georgetown, they say they do a test and they say she has COVID. And from there, they take the mother and the child to Liliendaal Hospital.
According to the aunt, the child's abdomen started to swell. She was vomiting and she was unable to urinate and defecate. On February 9th, they were told to pay for the CT scan.
The Thursday now, that is the 10th, they asked for a surgery. I asked them, I said, why you want a surgery? If the CT scanning show nothing, the ultrasound show nothing, why you want a surgery? They all out and say that they want the surgery. All right. My brother has been the back down, so when he come up, my mom, my dad, and everybody, we sit together and we say, man, if they want it, give them. But before they do it, they say it's a 50-50 chance. Sometimes she might live, sometimes she might die. All right, let me go.
The surgery was done on February 11th at about 10:30 hours at the Infectious Diseases Hospital. After the surgery, relatives were informed that the child was doing well. She was being given blood and saline. So when the call came later that night that Jeniha had passed away, the family was shocked.
I said, what? I said, take these people said that this child is going okay. And that was it. Nobody tell us anything, nothing. That was just how this story go.
So on the 11th of February, she died?
Yes, she died on the 11th of February. That was Friday.
The same day she had the surgery as well?
Yeah, she did the surgery 10:30 in the morning and she died 8-something the night.
Jeniha lived with her grandparents, an aunt in Hopetown, and according to the aunt, she was a joy to be around. She was expected to start nursery school in September this year.
She was so joyful, loved to play and with her grandfather all the time. Right now my dad is uneasy because he and she will do everything together. Where we have cows, they will help him with that. So if we have fowl and dog, they will help him with that.
The family is pleading for answers and justice in the child's death. Meanwhile, even though the child died after testing positive for COVID-19, she was not listed among Guyana's latest COVID fatalities. The Ministry of Health has not announced a change in protocols for reporting on COVID deaths, and it is unclear why the child of the 3-year-old was not reported on by the ministry.